This is not smoking promotion, guys, or anything. I'm just a hookah smoker, so gotta get my hookah on. Uh, how we doing today, guys? This is AB Investments back with you. I'm trying this whole live thing. Otherwise, I'll just resort to you know making videos in general. But let's go with the fact checking. As far as what I've told you last week would happen exactly this week, and as you can see, it's unveiling exactly the same. I'm not saying that I know anything. It was just a prediction. I'm not a financial advisor, so it's just entertainment, seeing what people out there think and seeing what I think, for you as well. So just putting thoughts together. Um, as we can see, crypto is falling expectedly. The crypto world is probably saying right now, I can only assume that they're over there saying that, oh, this is just, you know, cooling the steam off, and we're consolidating. It's not consolidation when you're dropping down 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 7, 8%. This is just, in my opinion, this is just money, uh, profits, collecting profits, and then taking it from there and putting it exactly on, the other sector, which is why you see AMC is up 8, 9, 10%. GME is up 10% as well. Um, Other meme stocks are up, majority of them. Um, so where do we go from here? Um, I predict that by like these options I'm looking at, specifically at AMC. I'm seeing the 15 and a half, the 16, and the 17. They're all in the 20 something thousand. I did see the 15 and a half prior, when it was just like moments ago, when it was at 1680. um I've seen that the 15 and a half options have dropped. About 2,000 of them, you know, went from the total volume. So that was, whether it's retail or institutions collecting their profits on those options. That definitely did happen. I saw that. It's exciting because now, as I expected last week, this is what's gonna happen. Monday, yes, which was yesterday, they collected their profits. Um, that's why everything was majority of the market was down yesterday, especially with the meme stocks. But the crypto was going up because collecting profits from the stock market, now taking it over to crypto, keep pumping it up. A lot of, get a lot of people to get attracted, like the retail investors, to get attracted to the jumping in. Um, and then today you see the dumping. Now the cement your bag holding theory, in that it's unfortunately not funny, but it was just so expected and so easy to see. Because now whoever bought in at those prices either took their loss and said, oh, okay, I don't have the heart for this. If they, for example, dumped into Doge or Bitcoin or Ethereum, seeing it going up, 5, 7, 6, 7, 8%. Today, you're seeing that, depending on what point you got in, that got out. Now it's back down to wherever it took off from, possibly later on throughout the day, lower. Um, and all that has a lot to do with where are we in the timeline for the AMC and the meme stocks squeezes on that to happen or to go down. So if it is what everybody's expecting, that is going to happen soon, and Gary Gensler is addressing it tomorrow, based on what he's going to do tomorrow. I mean, again, if they prolong the thing, which is it's a much higher possibility than not prolonging it, in my opinion, then that gives institutes more time to make more money. A lot of people probably most likely FOMO'd into options and FOMO today, which means that they'll be able to, you know, destroy the shit out of us this Friday on the option chain. So I would think that based on tomorrow, what will happen is going to be very exciting. Now, here's the thing that I'm thinking really high on. Today, it looks like it's going to end anywhere between 5 to 15% gain. I predict, depending on at 3 o'clock, if they're going to go ahead and start, attacking it and, dip it down to below 5% gain. That means they collected their profits on their options for the daily, and, some options went up to like 170 to almost 200% gain. Actually did touch 200% gain. So if they do that, that means we're in for some fun times, rude awakenings this week. The same old, continuing the holding pattern and them picking it up at some point throughout the week, which is always around the beginning of the week, and then dumping it down based on the news. So they've obviously been using that as a weapon throughout the whole movement. So here's what I think. It's interesting because if they dump us down to about 5% gain, then I would already know that this week we're not going to have anything special, like as far as no squeeze or anything. If it stays anywhere between the 10 to 15%, then automatically the most important day becomes tomorrow, in my opinion, because this is how I gauge how things go down, like what kind of movement is natural and what kind of movement is cover up time, so that, possibly squeeze time. So if tomorrow somehow the price action and we get about a 30 to 40% gain, then that's for me enough indication that that we are there, like officially there, not hype there, or I hope we're there, or I think we're there. No, that we officially there. Like I said, if from today and tomorrow the price action stays like this, where it's very controlled, it's very easy to see that this is a controlled price action. If you're not, that means you're just around for hype, and anything can hype you up, and I'm sorry to burst that bubble, but I'm just that real. I'm gonna be straightforward with you guys. This is just my opinion again. Anything is possible, but this is my personal way of how I go about things. If it obviously looks controlled, then you can't expect it to go down, because we look at the price action, we're around $15-16. In order for us to get to the 50s and the 60s, that means we need 100%, 200% gain plus on things to go up, so if 10, 9, 10, 15% movement, that's not enough to get to kick off no squeeze. That's a controlled price action, money coming in, money going out, and I don't want any part of that, especially when it comes to the option chain. So this is how I see it, guys. So my predictions for this week: tomorrow, if some crazy thing happens and Gensler don't come out, and for example, let's say if he comes out tomorrow, what are things that he could say? He could come out and say, there's no manipulation like the report in GameStop. It was just FOMO, and all that stuff. Then obviously the news and the institutes would spin that off, and obviously continue dump the stock rate really down and try to test this more. Maybe the dip that we were at was not the final dip. Maybe they want to dip it back down to the 10 or 8, and make a lot of hedge funds, especially the smaller guys, cover at that price that initially took off from, so that way maybe they can get the little guys out the way, maybe, and eventually they'll just keep all it'll just become a matter of whatever is in this play is all nothing but billions and billions of synthetic shares. But they'll keep reporting the short interest and Ortex and all that crap, like nobody covered, so that nobody says, okay, well, how did everybody cover and the price action stayed the same, or in fact it went down. Again, this whole thing is managed, guys. So the only thing that we have here in play is them wanting to get rid of all the unnecessary shares that in a way they needed to have, and now they don't need to have until a certain point. They did need them to be there because they were making a lot of money off of that, and I explained in the older videos that this is how they make their money, is by selling all these synthetic shares. And then I'm assuming that they were all synthetic shares. I'm not implying it is. I don't know. Nothing has been. I mean, the SEC didn't come out and say they are synthetic shares. So again, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. So yeah, it's gonna be very, very interesting to see what tomorrow is given out. But if he comes out and says that this is it, we want to finish this nightmare and no more, crap, and the transparency is out, no more dark pool usage and abusement. So therefore, on that news, you can expect to see price action that is wild. 30, 40, 50% would be an understatement. And when I see that, that's when I get my indication that we are there. It's just now time of it flying, rolling down. So besides that, if I don't see that, then I'm just gonna continue holding, and that's just me. There's nothing there. This is just small price action of 9-10% gain, and then by the end of the week 12% down. It's you can't make it up, guys. It's very, very, very easy to see, especially if you've been in this play for over a year and a half. You can see all that coming because they've tried and done all this over and over and over again. On the bright side, I like Double Apple. That's the flavor I smoke. I didn't used to like Double Apple because it's black licorice. I used to be so away from it. But once you kind of like smoke it for like a week or so, because majority of your friends love Double Apple, then you get used to it, and then after that, nothing else fills you up except that. So it's weird. Once you get stained with Double Apple, it's stuck with you for good. I do, however, also have citrus mint. So minty flavors are also fun for me. I enjoy. Yeah. Hookah's not good though. Don't smoke, guys. This is not any sponsor, or I'm not sponsoring any smoking or anything. It's just this is the time you guys caught me in at, and I'm doing this and smoking while I'm going live. So, fun fact, look at the other meme stock, guys. A lot of people are saying that only AMC and GameStop will go up, and then people will look at other plays. And again, I keep advocating and saying that I don't think that it's going to be a two-stock movement thing. That the government and the SEC clearly, and the whole market wants to get rid of this meme stock saga crap for good. And it will come to an end. Some of us were like, I don't want it to end. I want to get the money, but I don't want it to end. I like this. We're having fun. Again, it is a cause, and we've been around for a long time. So it almost feels like it's sad to see it come to an end. But then again, you got to look at the future. If everything goes down as we anticipate, then the future is bright, and you got to be very excited for that. I am if things work out the way that they're supposed to or expected. So I personally think again that all the meme stocks will go up at the same time, and they will do the same thing that they're doing with one stock, the same thing. Like maybe they a day or two apart, but they will do that because what's the best way to get the least amount, to pay the least amount for the big picture, is to let them all go up at the same time, because people are not going to have their timing of being in multiple positions, and actually it works better to their narrative, because once if you're with, for example, Sundial, and you start seeing like AMC and GameStop is like flying, a lot of people, don't be surprised, a lot of people will sell out their positions in other companies even for a great loss, just so they can, because they feel like, oh no, the FOMO like kicks in and you don't want to be left out, so like a lot of people will be like jumping in and at a great loss, and then thinking that they can catch that ride, get to the ultimate destination, and then hitch a ride back to their previous stock to catch a position. And where in reality, as soon as they dump from here, they lose. Then they go there, they buy at a high price. Yeah, they might make some money there, as if they let it happen that way, if like you can still buy in. I don't think so. I think it's going to be only selling at that point. And then they'll be caught in the crossroads of losing here and then losing there. And that works to their narrative, right? You got to think like them rather than our hope and our what we want. What you want and what's going to happen are two different things in reality. So I personally think that to their advantage, they will let everything go up at the same time. FOMO kicks in, people start making stupid decisions. Others will start, it's create chaos. You don't know where to, put your attention at, because you're like, okay, this one is going up, this one, and then that one isn't going up, but this one is still down. Why am I here? It's going to create a lot of confusion, and where there's confusion, there's a good element for thriving for them, and that works again like to their narrative. I don't think it's going to be more like, okay, let's all concentrate and put all our attention on this one or two stocks, and then everything else is safe, so like you don't even have to worry about them or even pay attention to them. And then when we finish from here, what do you think? People have nothing else to look at, everything's still normal, they're going to go jump in all the other meme stocks, and that prolongs the problem. They don't want that. I don't think that they want that. In fact, the biggest issue that they have is how they can keep the crypto prices relatively high, but yet need the money from there that they deposited there, so that when people get out of this, do not jump into the crypto, because that's the next big thing, I think. So it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to work that. Will they do, I've mentioned something about this yesterday, I think. Will they do something along the lines of, deplete the crap out of the cryptos, which most likely is what's going to happen, and then deal with this headache, but when they're done with this, then they can turn their attention to that, and then people will jump straight to that, because again, to their narrative, they're going to be setting so many traps. When all the meme stocks movement is done, people are going to look at the next meme stocks, but meme cryptos, and the meme cryptos are going to be SHIB, Doge, things like that, because Ethereum and Bitcoin are relatively very expensive. So people are going to be jumping all over those. Like, you're going to have weird coins coming out left and right. And I think that's where the ultimate disaster will happen, because there's not a lot of protections there, and none, in fact, almost. And I think that's where they're planning to recoup most of their money that they paid out in. They're gonna possibly like do something where, they get Doge and SHIB really screwed out. And I love Doge, you know. I was one of the first investors in it. Like I was in Doge back in the days. I'm out completely, but I was back into it when it was like it had four zeros in front of it. It was like point, and I can show proof. It was like 0.0000406778. I can't forget that number because it's just ingrained in my head, especially when that 2021 January movement, when it went up to one. I was one of the first few people that just went ahead and, you know, took advantage of that. Now, I could have, yeah, waited until it was like, 70 cents. You know, I think I sold it like somewhere around 2 or 3 cents. But again, none of us know the future. At that point, I was in at such a very, very way miles away from a cent, and I was in big, like heavy. And then when I saw it go up to that much, you know, I collected my thing because again, here's the thing, guys. There's no such thing, I personally think, as diamond hand or paper hand. Well, there is like, yeah, paper hand maybe. Paper hand is like when you don't know what you're holding. You know, the value of what you're holding, and that's why you sell it for so cheap, and they call that paper hand. Diamond hand is, there's no such thing as diamond hand, because when you diamond hand something, as the narrative says or comes out as, then to a certain extent you think you know the value of something, but if it does not come to fruition, then you were not diamond handing, you were gamble handing on that. So at that point, you got to remember, we don't live forever. It's only one life. How much what you're spending is always time. Time is something that you're always spending. You can never buy time. It's something that you're always spending. So the way I go about it is, how would I like to spend my time? If I get an opportunity to be able to buy certain advantages and into my personal life, and that way I can live a certain life in this one life that I have, then I'm gonna go for it. I don't care what anyone thinks or whoever thinks, and neither should you. You should never think, you know, like what is gonna be cool for anyone or not, or whatever. Like, think about your life. That's it. Ultimately, if it's gonna give you a certain life style in that one life that you're gonna live, then you do what you got to do, whatever it is that you got to do. Again, no one knows it all. Like, I've been through so many mangled situations in the stock market or in the crypto market, that it will make you probably like cringe, like straight up, like I got screwed. But where there is failure, success follows, because that's where you learn what something means when you lose it, or when you don't have it anymore. It's similar to money. When you lose money so much, or like you lost so much money, then you really truly know the value of it then, you know, rather than when you're winning, you don't know the value of it. And eventually when the rude awakening comes, and the rude awakening always comes, that's life, then you're at a point where you either, if you have that in you, you're gonna make it out and you're gonna be cool. But if and you're gonna rise back out from the ashes and do the same thing and be even more successful at it, and make more money than before. But if it's not in you, and it takes you this, whatever it is, when life comes at you fast and it takes you down, and it's not in you, then you rest assured that you're gonna be down for life. So, of course, when you learn these things and you start going through these things, then you'll understand that what it means for something. And now you learn some particular good skills that will help you maneuver around that and not fall in those same mistakes again. You know, so if you have to learn, if it's going to be something again, it's not going to be the same mistake. It's going to be something new, and you should welcome it, because again, you got to be thriving in your uncomfortable places and with failure. You just have to think. Will Smith said something about that, and it was a really touchy, speech that he said that, and it made so much sense to me. It did. So I'm gonna end this live at this time, guys. There isn't much to talk about. If you have any questions, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, shoot them my way, and that would probably give me something to answer or to talk about. So besides that, I'll just keep coming back at you guys with what I see happen. Much love.